Hello everyone, my name is Gracian and welcome to another cozy Let's Play of Against the Storm. So if you haven't seen my tutorial series, that was the first one I ever put up, and it has all the information you need to get started in this game and almost all of the basic concepts. The only thing I don't explain is what changes on the harder difficulties with the Blight Rot. But we're going to be on a slightly harder difficulty today, just like the playlist I did before this one. I'm just going to play the game. It's going to be nice and slow. I'm trying not to over-explain things, but I will explain like my thought processes and stuff. So just finished this one maybe 15 minutes ago, Beaverhold. And now I'm going to move on to the next city. I think it's going to be here in the Coral Forest, so I can get these parts here. But first, let's go into the Smoldering City. I have a deed to pick up. Discover 400 glades. A little bit of experience there. And then upgrades. Headed up pretty far through this tree. What can I get? Got a lot of parts. What's this one do? You have one additional option to choose from when picking cornerstone stones each year. 10% construction speed. All your farms have their range increased by 1 tile. Well, that's an interesting prospect. That would make it easier to position the farms where I want them. +1 to the number of trade routes. Let's get the +1 to farming size, and then I'll go through and get some of these ones I'm not really interested in around here, just to fill it out. Alright, excellent. So let's get on down here and see what this is here. We have the only forbidden glades can be found in this region. Oh my gosh. So there are no small glades to open. All the glades are forbidden. Or does that mean there are no dangerous glades? Oh no, forbidden glades is the harder one. Oh no. That's wild. I've never done that before. Get a lot of experience. There's an average amount of soil. So I may want to bring, well, let's take a look here. I can bring the herbalist camp. It'll be able to harvest herbs, berries, and mushrooms. We have herbs, but not the other two things, so we're not going to do that one. I might bring the small farm in, and just for one more point, just some looks like meat is something we can't really get a hold of. And then for our caravan, I like going humans and beavers. I think that's one of the better ones. We'll call this Forbiddenville. Very, very creative, I know. We're on veteran. Let's embark. Okay, so we're in the Coral Forest. This is my very favorite biome because it has 3 different types of trees. There are some trees that give you stone and incense, some trees that give you meat, and there are trees that give you like just plant fiber and wood and stuff. So there's like a really interesting, diverse group of trees, and you can pick up incense is a medium tier crafting, maybe even upper medium tier crafting ingredient. So that can be really useful for getting glades done. So let's see here. We're going to gain 30 insects when we discover glades during drizzle. We've got the storm, of course. Villagers' off-road speed is decreased. Gaining reputation doesn't lower impatience during the storm. Global food production is slower and it scales with hostility. And villagers have a chance of consuming twice the amount of food when on break. Okay, so we're gonna have food problems during the storm because we make it slower and we eat it faster. So we have to really make sure we stockpile food. I'll have to remember to set the global production limits a little higher than I normally would. Let's take a look at what we have here. Oh no. Oh no, they weren't kidding. It's all forbidden. Oh dear God. How am I supposed to do this? Oh no, that's really bad. Oh boy. Okay. I've never seen anything quite like that. So we're going to want to stockpile incense from these trees because that is a likely ingredient for use in cutting, in solving the glade issues. So let's just get our woodcutters in some spots where they're going to be able to get to some of these incense trees. These are Crimson Reach trees, stone and incense. So let's build those up first. Tell them to avoid glades. Start getting some resources collected, and we may not go into another glade until probably wait till next year when we have more people. We've got one lizard. Oh, he's the firekeeper. Okay. We have blueprints available, but I'm not going to take these yet till we see what resources we have, what kind of buildings we might be able to scavenge in all of these forbidden glades. I'm looking for an industry area, and I think it's going to be in here. Kind of clear out a big plus shape area here and put all my industry there away from the hearth. Ooh, 3 packs of provisions for every new villager. This is a pretty good one because you can either sell these for $0.4 for each to traders, or you can use them to run trade routes for money. But this is also a good one. Woodcutters are currently producing 96. So if we subtracted it by 8, they would make half as much hostility, and we'd go down a notch. So essentially, this is 48 hostility. I'm going to go with that one. I don't really want to be at hostility 1 for the first year. Make life a little bit tough. Okay, have 8 people sheltered and some wood. Or have these different packs. Let's do that one. Get the early planks would be nice. Have a scavenger's camp and a stonecutter's camp. Oh, here's grain and fabric production. This isn't too bad. Complete glade events. And have packs of building materials. Now we already have to work on that, so I might go with this one for the jerky. It's gonna be a little harder. Got 2 builders free. I don't want them to waste too much time on the roads, but I also want to make sure I don't build in the wrong spot. Yeah, they're waiting on... Yeah, we've got no wood. We're going to have to burn coal for a minute here, or we're not going to have enough resources. queue up a park and get the hearth leveled up here as soon as we finish one of these houses. Let's turn that one down a notch. I think this gives +2 to global resolve once this upgrades to the first level, or the second level, I suppose. I want to make sure I get some of this incense. These trees are just wood and plant fiber, but then these mussel sprout trees are, yeah, they can give you bars, which is really cool. And I think if you hold, what is it, control? Yeah, control will not mark trees that would open a glade. You see, it's not marking these trees on the edge. So if you hold control, you can tell them not to cut down into a glade. So even though they won't do it automatically, I can also quickly select all of these trees in here without them cutting this down, which is really helpful because I do want them to get this incense. And I also need somebody to get the mussel sprouts. So let's just get like in here, hold control, just grab all of that. I want them to cut into this stuff. I want the incense and I want the bars of dew, because those are often materials that can be used. The dew can be made into tools and other useful things, and the incense are sometimes directly, you can just pump them right into a glade event and solve it with that. Oh, we finished this one. We can get some people and another point. We got lots of people now. One homeless person. Let's go ahead and get another shelter. We do have stone. Let's get a stone cutter's camp. Keep an eye on the incense and the crystallized dew. The Tinkerer is a good building. Packs of building materials. We could use that. Tinkerer is pretty good. Smokehouse is very nice. The jerky is very important. But I don't think we have meat on this map. No, we don't. We're going to have a very vegetarian diet here. Insects and eggs, I guess, aren't super vegetarian, but you know what I mean. Person in there can get some stone while we're waiting. Scavengers camp. We can also go ahead and build the crude workstation and the makeshift post, because we're going to need both of those for at least one thing. I already know that for sure. We have some planks, but not enough to really get much. Packs of building materials, crops, and provisions. Get these ones in here. It's so cool to be able to chop down trees for all these crazy resources. Usually there's just, you know, 2 to 4 things you can get from trees, but here you can get 5 different weird things out of trees, like meat, because these are just like giant, like clam trees or something. It's very strange. Let's just speed on through this season here. And then we'll chop into this glade over here at the very last second. Let's get them chopping those down. Let's turn this off. Just focus on those ones, please. I'm just gonna do one at a time. These are too dangerous. Sometimes there's explosives. You don't know what you're gonna get. Lots of mussel sprout trees in here. Tons of them. We get tons of meat, actually. Now that I think about it. For the jerky. But I really like, I mean, coats and tools. It's pretty useful. Now, humans and beavers like coats. This is going to be a hard choice, to be honest. I kind of want 3 of these. All right, let's see what we got over here. All right. Hostility is reduced by 15 every time you sell a bunch of goods. Newly discovered resource nodes have 10 more charges. Let's do that one. We haven't opened a single glade yet. That's a great choice. And beavers, lizards. This one's got bricks. Let's grab the bricks. That'll be useful for kickstarting our economy. All right, show me what's in here. What kind of fresh hell awaits us? All right, so inside here we have Inscribed Monolith, Lore Tablet 2. Counts as 2 decorations of its type. I've never seen this before. Interesting. Is that the storm or the sun? Is this the Blight Storm and that's the Citadel? What is this representing? It's very interesting. We have a large cache, which is great because it's worth a whole point later on. We have tons of insects. 74 charges, 29 charges, tons of over 100 broccoli. We have an abandoned workshop, planks, fabrics, and bricks. What? That is amazing. I cannot believe that building exists. That's ridiculous. I love that. Okay, we also have the big event is the Fishmen Outpost. They're not usually a threat, but they can be a real nuisance. We can use nothing. We don't have anything for this. Okay. If we don't solve this in time, then we get poisoned food. So let's turn off coal. 25. How am I gonna get? He literally. Okay. There's a coal mine right here. We could plop down, which we kind of have to do. Let's turn the priority of this right up. And then we need to get this coal moving immediately so we can turn it into this event here. We're going to tell him to use coal. Get this thing done. Caches and glades can be salvaged. Gain 10 copper and 30 wood for every opened cache. Or turn it in for a point. Honestly, this is not like that valuable to me. I'd rather actually take this one. We've got one free beaver to work in the mines. Let's kick this guy out. Okay, there we go. So we want beavers in here. Actually, we're just going to put everyone in there right now. I want this coal as soon as possible. Once that's done... Actually, we'll stick somebody on this right now. That's amazing, this building. I'm not ever going to need to use this stupid workstation. We'll let this one work away, just of its own volition here, and get this stuff cleared out, and then we'll move it over here and get sort of another nice big area cleared out. Down here, we're making some good progress. Let them carry this stuff back. Okay, turn that stuff in now. +1 to production yields for all packs of goods. This one will give me the brick oven, which makes pie, coal, and incense. Pie is made out of... You can make pie out of like herbs and other stuff that normally can't be eaten. We can also make it out of meat and insects, which we have a lot of. So that's a good one. We do have to have their resolve pretty high, but we might be able to get that done. Have an artisan and 25 barrels, or have the building materials. I'm gonna do this one because I can do this pretty easily now with this thing. All right, come on, get that stuff turned in for me, guys. Warehouse. I don't have the materials for that. Okay, guys. No, I don't want you taking breaks. I need you to get this stuff turned in. Come on. There's no resources. Alright, let's get that turned in. We're going to lose resolve slowly as we chop down trees, but I can't really afford to stop doing it, so I'm just going to let it go. I don't think we're going to get low enough to matter here. Might even turn off wood burning here. We've got, if each piece of coal burns for over a minute, and we have 90 coal in here, or 81 now, that's 80 minutes. Alright, 3.5 minutes. Drizzle is, okay, so we should be done with this by the time drizzle clearance comes to an end. She's delivering. I can't move the building or we lose those. All right, here we go. Now, can I move this building? No, I can't. I'd love to be able to flip that building around. Okay, so this building is phenomenal, to be honest. Now, there's no production bonuses from any of the species, unfortunately, so that is a downside. But, I mean, look at this. We can set the production limit for planks like really high. No clay. Do we have access to clay in this game? No, we have stone. So we have to use stone for bricks. I don't like having to do that, but I don't have a choice. So let's set the production limit for bricks to something like 18. And we'll set the production limit for fabric. We get plant fiber from the trees. So we'll leave that at, say, 22. Turn off the crude workstation. So now we've got some people, they'll just pump out these goods. Go ahead and build a warehouse here. And then we'll build the rest of the area sort of in this plus shape here. So it'll be a nice little industry area here. We'll get all these resources cleared out. Gotta find this forager's camp. Okay, so let's take a look at these again. Actually, you know what? We're all out of time, so I'm going to have to end this episode here. Hope you're enjoying this new cozy Let's Play of Against the Storm. Just going to take it slowly. Not going to speed it up too much. Just kind of chill and relax and listen to the great music and the rainfall. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode.